Hi, good afternoon everyone.
Vince, you mentioned a while ago you're part of the LGBTQIA plus community. Why do you think it is important to have this representation in the Mr. Chinatown Philippines competition?
Thank you for that. I believe that the representation of LGBTQIA is underway and I'm very happy for that. So thank you Mr. Chinatown Philippines for giving me this opportunity. I'm actually an advocate for a safe space for LGBTQ Chinoys and Soji awareness. So one thing that I do about this is I actually educate my fellow Chinoys, starting with my co-candidates, about what it means to be LGBTQ, about what it means to be gay, transgender, non-binary, so that it will be a domino effect. So they can actually influence their Filipino Chinese families as well. So I think this is very important, not only in pageantry, but as a person.
Education is power, so that's very important. Thank you so much, Vince. Of course, questions coming in.
Hello, Norman from Norman. We're both from Paranaque City. Yeah.
Represent.
Seeing you representing the LGBTQ community it will be unimaginable a decade ago for MMCP. So my question is this: as you said that you're advocating for safe spaces, can you tell at least one unsafe space that you've experienced in the past?
Well, I think not really past, but it was actually present. So as a candidate, I have heard stories from my co-candidate with what it means to be LGBTQ, and they did not actually disclose to me, but I heard that I have heard unpleasant comments from other parents about me joining. And I think one thing that we should actually learn is that MMCP is not just a pageant, it's an advocacy platform. So MMCP allowed me to amplify this advocacy, so it means that we need to change and we need to face modernity.
Next question, please. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yes, I'm Edge. Hi, Vince. I'm Edge from Pageantology 101.
Hi.
I posted you online and it gained praises and of course criticism. So how do you handle criticism and bashers in a classy way?
Actually, I wouldn't just mind that. So yeah, I actually saw your post, and it's very inevitable for a first-time public figure to read. And most of the comments, I actually saw that I'm neither fit for Mr. or Miss Chinatown. And I know that there are pageants exclusive for LGBTQ, but that's not why I'm here. I am LGBTQ and I'm Chinoy, and Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines is looking for a modern Chinoy who can make an impact. And being LGBTQ has nothing to do with that. That's why I'm here. It's for my fellow LGBTQ Chinoys. That's why I'm running for Mr. and Miss Chinatown Philippines. Go.
Thank you so much, Vince. I think we have more questions, but unfortunately we can only accommodate 2 questions per candidate. Just for the fairness, thank you so much, Vince. Up next, we have Abby. Hi, Abby.
Hi everyone.
I actually see your posts online, so for everyone's information, Abby is a content creator. So what inspired you to be in this path?
This goes back a long way. What inspired me to be in this path is my passion to entertain, inspire, inform, and educate. Kasi diba, we live in a very hard world already, and with me being able to make some people smile is my purpose. Also, I want to break barriers. I want to show the world and my fellow modern Chinoy that a Chinese Filipino can flourish and succeed in this kind of industry.
Yes, in the creative industry, that is right. We have questions coming from our audience. Go ahead.
My name is Erwin.
Hello, Erwin.
Hello, Ari. You're popular in TikTok. So my question is, how does being a social media content creator prepare you for this pageant?
For this pageant, actually, I'm so grateful to have a platform and to have a voice. And being in a pageant is actually being a leader, is to be a voice of a minority, and which is now the Chinoy modern generation. So I will use my platform, and it's very easy for me to spread awareness and to be the voice for the marginalized sector of our country. Thank you.
Okay. Next question. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Adam Tinato from Hey Adam G.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, good afternoon. You're a content creator, right?
Yes.
So I would like to ask, what's your take on, do you think content creators should be considered as legit journalists?
My honest take on that is no. Because journalism has to be studied. It is a profession. Right?
Yes.
And we enter content creation or the online space mainly for entertainment. Example, a doctor entered content creation, then he or she can educate because it is her profession. So for me in my case, I am a business graduate by profession. Therefore, I cannot enter the online space being a journalist. So it's a case-to-case basis. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you. Up next, we have Cedric. Hi, Cedric.
Hello, hello.
So, Cedric, you are an Anya, or the eldest son, which is something very important, right, in our community. So, what values do you want your shorties or your siblings to learn from you?
I enjoy being the eldest son in the family because by being the eldest son, I can be a role model to my fellow siblings, like my younger brothers. Since I was a kid, my parents always teach me the value of money because we never grew up in a rich family that we always get what we want. And we have to always live our needs and respect our parents.
I think that's a very common Chinese quality and very valued as well. Okay, question. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, Zedric. This is Lesson from Chino Sashes and Skirts.
Hello.
You mentioned being the eldest in the family. Do you think that there is unhealthy expectations for elder-born men and women in the family that should no longer be the case?
I think it's normal in a Chinese Filipino family that it's a usual case for the aya or the big brother that he or she will be the one who gets scolded even it's not his or her mistake because that's the job of a big brother is to take good care of the younger siblings and teach them and also educate them with good values.
Okay. I hope that answered your question. One last question for Cedric. On the other side, maybe you have questions. Our media guests, feel free to ask questions. Yes, we have the mic over there. Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Question here from Pageant Philippines. I just wanted to know, you've been talking about, or you've been mentioning about a modern Chinoy. Can you define to us what a modern Chinoy is?
For me, a modern Chinoy is someone who thinks outside of the box. Because in Chinoy before, when you say Chinoy, people think that it's rich, a businessman, owns a hardware or something. But right now, in the world we live in today, where technology is so advanced, and the fields that Chinoy excels in has exceeded expectations. Like right now, we see Chinese Filipinos excel in sports and also in different industries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cedric. A big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. 谢谢各位.
Yes, yeah. Next, we have Kurt. Hi, Kurt.
Hello, good afternoon.
So, Kurt, you actually had a chance to live in Shenzhen, China for 5 years. How was that experience? And were you actually able to deepen your understanding of the Chinese culture?
Well, yes, for everyone. I actually studied in Shenzhen, China for 5 years before migrating back to the Philippines in 2014. And well, being able to study in an international school, I was able to adjust to a very diverse environment. And a fun fact is actually my brother and I were the only Filipinos represented there. So it felt like I was representing the entire country in a school for 5 years. And now that I moved back to the Philippines in 2014, I actually felt the discrimination because I didn't know Filipino at all. I didn't know the language, and so I had to be able to learn and adapt to a different environment. But I've learned to embrace both cultures, and because of that, that's when I'm able to become the best version of myself. Thank you.
That's right. Questions from our guests, please feel free to raise your hand and the mic will be handed to you by our usher. Hi.
Hey, it's Christian again from the Camp Philippines. Looking so dashing. Do you think life is easier when you're good looking?
Well, actually, that's the very first time that I've heard someone say that and compliment me. Because actually, joining a beauty pageant, especially for male, we focus more on the physical appearance. And I would say that what makes me sexy would be my brain. Thank you.
Yes, brain indeed, and we will get to know more about your brain in the next few weeks. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you so much, Kurt. Thank you. Thank you so much. Up next, we have Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Hello, good afternoon everyone.
Kevin, I heard that you are actually a firm believer that success does not happen overnight. So how would you measure success in a pageant?
I believe success depends on the person, on how are you going to really attain success. It depends on hard work and dedication. When I say success is not built overnight, I do not mean it literally that you cannot attain success tomorrow, next week, the next month. What I want to emphasize on that is that success is not something instant. It's something that is dedicated on hard work and dedication. As they say, success is not built overnight, but success is built on small good habits built over time. Thank you.
Question. I have a question over there.
Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kevin. This is Jay from Pageant Trend. Looks Anyway, Kevin, my question for you is, what is your advantage among the other candidates?
Well, I believe, knowing the candidates for almost a month already, we're all gonna say we're authentic, but I believe I'm the most relatable in 3 simple reasons. Well, number one, I believe I represent the everyday Chinoy that usually you see on Chinatown in 3 simple reasons. Number one, well, I buy stuff from Divisoria. Yeah, I usually go and buy stuff from Divisoria, diba? And number two, I'm very familiar with Chinatown. I can walk, commute, going to Chinatown. And if you guys are from Chinatown, you know what I'm talking about. Parking is really hard in Chinatown, diba? Hirap niya magdala ng kotse doon. And lastly, well, I love Mamandok noodles. So yeah, I know it sounds funny, it sounds simple, but I believe with that, I believe the everyday Chinoy in the Chinatown community and every Chinese Filipino in this country would be more relatable to me. And if I'm relatable, then I believe I can influence them better and inspire them to be the best version of themselves. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And another question over here.
I am Adam from the Advocacy. I'm reading your profile right now, and you said here that you're advocating for growth mindset, wherein individuals embrace openness by considering different perspectives without compromising their beliefs. Now, I want to ask, as a modern Chinoy, what's your take on fixed marriage, and would you be open to, to be marrying a Filipino in the near future?
Yeah. Well, in terms of fixed marriage, I believe you should marry the person you love. In terms of marrying a Filipina, I believe you cannot really judge a person by its bloodline, by its race, by its culture. I believe, like for example, myself, I'm a Chinoy by blood, but I'm a Filipino by heart. So yeah, I believe at the end of the day, you marry someone because of its character and because of your compatibility with each other. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Thank you. Let's continue on with our Q&A, starting with Alvin. Hi, Alvin. Actually, for everyone's information, Alvin looks so fit, but when he was growing up, you were actually obese and bullied. So with your fitness journey, you're very passionate about it. How do you want to spread that word to others to start living a healthy lifestyle?
That's a good question. Actually, I posted a video on TikTok on how you can start your fitness journey, because most of us are having trouble to start. That's why we can't finish.
So you want to be an advocate of that? Okay. Questions from our media. Hello.
Hi, Alvin.
Hi.
I'm Tito Norman from NormanNorman.com. What was the turning point in your life when you decided to finally lose weight and become a cute MMCP candidate?
Thank you so much for that compliment. Actually, when I was bullied, that's my main course. Once when I get bullied, that really is my turning point on how will I get my fitness started. Because growing up, she said that I'm also an obese child, and most of my family members are diagnosed on diabetes and so much more. That's why it motivates me.
Okay. Next question.
Hi, baby. Hi, I'm expert pageantology. Hindi ko na yung natural lang siya sa akin. I'm expert pageantology 101. So my question is, why most of Chinoys are attractive or good-looking like you?
Thank you. Actually, that is one also of my content on TikTok. I'm a men's lifestyle content creator. I help different men to become the best version of themselves in terms of fashion, fitness, grooming, their hairstyle, and so much more.
What's your TikTok?
Alvin Johnson.
Alright,
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alvin. I think Alvin, you gained a couple of followers on TikTok right now. Thank you so much. Next, we have Miguel. Hi, Miguel.
Hi.
So, Miguel, you actually starred in a music video of Shanty Dope that amassed 12 million views. How did that reach affect your love for creative arts?
First of all, it definitely showed me the power the arts have. Because unlike other Shantydope music videos, this one actually dealt with mental health and how important it is, especially in today's day and age. And the fact that it reached 12 million views and all the comments saying how they resonated with the message of the video shows how strong media and the arts can be.
That is right. Question from our guests. Feel free to ask a question, of course, to Miguel. Our mic is over there, yes? Go ahead, sir.
Another from Pageant. My question is, what makes you unique compared to other guys competing today?
Alright, I think that what makes me unique compared to the other candidates, a lot of my fellow candidates are on the business track, on the legal track, medicinal track. I am one of the candidates, along with Adi, who have been and want to be in the entertainment industry. And I think what makes me different is I'm actually a video editor by profession. So I'm already in the media industry, but behind the scenes. And what makes me different is I know what it's like to be behind the camera. Now it's my time to be in front of the camera.
Yes, your time to shine. Next question, go ahead. I think we have the mic over there. We can only accommodate 2 questions. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, I'm Paul from Pageant International. In connection with the million views, how do you support the objective and project of the MMC if you win the prize?
I'm sorry, can you please stop?
How do you support the objective and project of MMC if you win this project?
I would be able to support the vision and what the MMCP stands for, because I am able to provide a unique input. As someone in the creative industry, I would be able to take what I know working behind the scenes, creating videos for these publications, to be able to bring the message of MMCP further to more people and to broader audiences.
Thank you so much, Miguel. Thank you. Next, let's welcome Darwin. Hi, Darwin. Darwin, you are the eldest son, grandson, and great-grandson on both sides of your family. So I'm sure the expectations were pretty high. So can you tell us more about these expectations and how do you bear that responsibility?
Well, in a traditional Chinoy family, the eldest is usually more respected, more keen into the upbringing of the traditional values. But as of now, as a modern Chinoy, I am very lucky that my parents have supported me throughout this journey, and that whatever makes me happy, as long as I am doing the right thing, they will always be there for me.
You're very lucky in that aspect. Question, go ahead.
Ni hao, Darwin. Good afternoon.
What candidate number?
11. My name is Arvin, Mr. David Respoto. So, given a chance to be a judge for this pageant, what are the qualities that you are looking for the next Mr. Chinatown?
I believe that the qualities that the next Mr. Chinatown should have is that respect towards the community, values. That's important because no matter how good your physique is, but you don't have that simple values in life that you need respect, then it's no use. So values is very important. That's what important thing that we need to look for.
Okay, another question. Sorry, sir. We have a question over here.
Yes, good afternoon.
Filipina from Pageant. I'd like to ask you a question about entertainment and music and everything that has something to do with visuals. Back in the day, Asian men, they are usually confined to roles that are more on sidekicks as well as the ones who know martial arts. But nowadays, they are idols, they are on covers of high fashion magazines, they are considered attractive. How do you feel about this?
Well, as of now, we're in the 21st century in a modern world. So I guess that no matter what the gender is, may it be male, may it be female, may it be LGBT, as long as the person is what the passion that person has, we can always support him or her as long as it makes everyone happy.
That was Darwin. Thank you so much. Next we have Adrian. Hi, Adrian.
Hi, good afternoon.
Adrian, you were raised in a very traditional Chinese family. How does keeping the tradition affect your day-to-day choices?
So, to give you a quick backstory of our family background, so I'm a third generation Chinese here in the Philippines. So my grandfather came from Hong Kong and migrated here in the Philippines. So he came with nothing and built everything from scratch. So now my dad continues the family business while we help out as well. So what I learned from them is that hard work, dedication, and discipline will bring you to success.
That's right, hard work, dedication, and discipline. Question from our audience. Hi, Adam.
Experience being, I am Adam Renato from the Advocacy. Experience being, we can pass off. Your experience being a foreign exchange student. So I would like to know which country have you visited that has really given you so much impact in your existence in life?
So the country that I studied in is in France. So specifically Lyon. So it's the food capital in France. So what I learned there is that with different cultures getting together, we learn so much from each other. And I learned also being independent during that time. So the usual cleaning of dishes, doing the chores. So I did that by myself. So it was a life-changing experience being independent abroad.
All right, next question. Over there, yes. Go ahead, sir. The mic is on, sir. The mic is on.
Hello.
It's not?
Wala pa daw.
Maybe we can hear what wash your hand.
Ayan, okay na.
Go ahead.
Hi, Adrian. Coming from a traditional Chinese family, a third generation of that, how do you fuse tradition with the modern times, being a third generation Chinese?
So, being a third generation Chinese, I've got to experience the culture of both Chinese and Filipino. I grew up in a traditional Chinese household where we were taught respect, discipline, hard work. But when I got into college, specifically Ateneo, I learned that through my friends that we also have to enjoy and also be open with different opportunities. So during my time in Ateneo, it was really eye-opening experience for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you, Cecil. And last but not the least, Jane. Hi, Jane. So, Jane, based on our interview, you grew up to be a very independent, responsible, and resilient person due to the pressure and discipline that were imposed on you. Was there a time or incident that you find yourself in that situation that you use those learnings?
Usually my family would go on business trips, my mom and my dad, and I'd be the one left in the house. I'm the eldest one, so I learned to take care of things. I have two sisters, and I would sometimes cook for them, make sure they get enough rest, make sure they study, stuff like that.
Okay, questions from our media guests. Go. Over here, to the right? Yes.
This is Jason Cappuccino sa Hazel Scripts. I just want to ask you that in pageants, height is mighty, right? So do you think that it is high time that pageant fans and the Filipino audiences start looking at male pageants without the height requirements as barometer of winnability?
I think height is a big factor, but lately, since it's the 21st century, pageants are more inclusive, and I believe I can represent those who have the same stature as me. And it's not only height that matters. There's a lot of aspects to it, like your personality, the way how you treat other people.
There's more to the height. Yes. Next question.
Hi Dane, good afternoon. This is Jay from Pageant Friend. Good evening, Apala. Good evening. My question is, being one of the handsome candidate of Mr Chinatown, I'm just curious about what makes you smile. Yes.
Aside from you, a lot of things come in. My parents, my family, other people, my little memories, stuff like that.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jane.